Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the Dawning Soul. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into a good reading here. We're going to do the postcards from Spirit and Soul Truth. We haven't done those in a while, so let's get into it. One card, please. All right, let's see. Okay. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. It's time for an upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? And how will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. This is the card. Our limiting beliefs. It is, that is that soundtrack in the background that says, oh, I don't really need to get up at 6 a.m. to go work out. Or, I don't really need to assert myself into this conversation at work because I'm new. Or maybe I don't know everything. There's all kinds of self-limiting beliefs, all kinds of inner doubt running in the background that we need to wash away, that we need to recognize, retrain, and replace with worthiness, with abundance, with love, with capability, with knowledge. Those are all really seriously important things to do for ourselves. Everybody has that opportunity to replace something that we don't think we can do with the mindset that we can. That's pouring into yourself. That's pouring love back into yourself. That's validating yourself, knowing that you are worthy, that we are all the same. Not any one person is better than the other, and that we all have the ability to do and to be. Sometimes we let fear cloud our judgment. And that's not exactly the place of abundance. All right, let's see. We've got, dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking. And they have a less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them. Love yourself. And then choose the thoughts that you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Those are beautiful thoughts for today. And yes, we do. We need to mind our self-talk. That is one of the most important things that you can do. Learning something new. You know, it's that Yoda speak. It's not don't try, but do. Don't think that you can't do it. If you have that thought in the back of your mind, oh, I can't do this. This is impossible. Why am I even trying this? You're just limiting your ability right from the start. I remember somebody asked me a question, and I think that the question was sort of aimed in a passive-aggressive way. And, you know, sometimes people can ask questions and they're submarining you, right? And once upon a time ago, I had this impassioned desire to open a restaurant. And I was given that opportunity and I ran with it, planned it out meticulously down to every detail. I just focused absolutely 100% of my energy on this was happening, that this was it, this was everything. And researched and planned and studied and did everything to my ability and then some at creating this restaurant. And after it opened and we were having success and people were loving it, and a well-meaning friend had said, "What made you think you could do this?" And honestly, it never occurred to me that I couldn't. And that is the energy you want to create from. If I had created that from a place of fear of, oh my God, what am I doing? I can't do this. This isn't possible. Who am I? If I had answered every single one of those doubts and allowed them to play in my head, I would never have opened. I would never have achieved what I had dreamt of doing. And quite literally, it never occurred to me that I couldn't do it. I just put 10 toes down, put my head down, focused all of my energy and all of my passion and all of my intent and desire into that outcome. And it was beautiful. That was an honor that I was given, and I cherish that moment. And the outcome, it was fantastic. But you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to pour all of your love, your energy, your intention, every fiber of your soul, every cell in your body, every positive thought, every motivation, everything has to be focused on the outcome, on the positivity, on the achievement, envisioning absolutely 100% manifestation. I manifested that restaurant. I know it. Without even knowing what I was doing. That is what I did. And that is how you go through life. That is how you achieve what it is you wish to bring into your life. You pour every ounce of your concentration and your power and your motivation and your love and your intention and your joy and your passion and your creative desire into what it is you wish to manifest. You can't do that with a negative attitude. You can't do that by having the doubt train run in the middle of your thoughts. You have to focus all of your intention and let go of any limiting beliefs. New chapter, soulmates. Because every day that we move forward in this life, we find things, we find people, we find circumstances. Sometimes they're surprises. Sometimes you're being pulled into a direction and you can feel it. You meet someone and they make an impact on your life, and the trajectory of the next chapter is writing itself. And the inner talk that you bring with that, your intention, your focus, your energy, your passion, your creativity, all those things pull you through your life. When you speak in negative tones about anything, about anybody, about any circumstances, you're pulling back. You're pulling that energy back. You're pulling someone else's energy back. You're holding back. You're limiting the possibilities. So your negative thoughts, negative intentions, and you sprinkle them everywhere. You need to pull them in, release them, replace them with love and intention, with positivity, with the energy signature, with the vibration of be better. Let's see. New chapter, soulmates. And soulmates don't need to necessarily be love. You can have a soulmate and a best friend. You can have a soulmate and a family member. You have soulmates all over this, your relationships, your work relationships. Believe in magic. Believe in the magic, because it is everywhere. You create that with your intention, with your energy. All right. Just like manifesting, just like starting a new project. You know, you're all excited, you have all these positive intentions, and then you maintain that energy. And let go of, well, I can't do it this way, or I don't know if I can do this. And you have to replace that with, I'm going to concentrate my effort on this project. I'm going to pour my focus on this project. Whether it be work or personal or a relationship, you focus that energy and it becomes a part of your intention, and you become invested in the outcome. Faith and purity. Having faith in the outcome, having faith in the fact that it will be as intended or better. When you want something and you're working toward it, and of course, in the example of the restaurant, I had no idea how it would be when I finished. I just trusted that I was pouring the best that I could into it, that I was creating ambiance, that I was creating something soulful, that I was putting together something that would be worthwhile. You have to have faith. You have to trust that. You have to pour that out into the universe, and the universe pours it back, and you have to have faith for that. That purity of thought, that letting go, this pinnacle moment where she's just arched back and going, I'm giving this to the divine, all my pure intention, and I'm having faith that it's coming back to me in blessings. That is the attitude you need to pour throughout your life. That is the movement. Let's go here. Stripping away limiting beliefs. Powerful inner talk. Changing your own soundtrack. We have, and of course this goes hand in hand with the new chapter. We have Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. This is beautiful movement of the wheel of destiny, the wheel of fortune, the pinnacle, that beautiful point of light that you're moving toward, that trust, that faith. The number 1 card, organization, tidy house, cleaning up your house, your heart, your thoughts, moving out of stagnation. This is more of this moving forward energy, cleaning up your own intentions, cleaning up your own speech, cleaning up your own thoughts, organizing and focusing all your movement into the direction of the new, believing in the magic. Having faith, that leap forward, purity mindset. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but what it takes is turning off social media. What it takes is turning off the TV. It takes paying absolute 100% attention to what you're listening to the music on the radio, to the movies you watch in the theater. All of these, it's all of this background noise that you get barraged with daily, every second of the day. All of that matters. And if you feel like you can't focus, if you feel like you can't put your phone down, put meditation music on, put a gong bath on, put something on that is soothing, that you can settle down and find stillness and concentrate. Those are all distractions in the world are there to keep you distracted, to keep you from focusing, to keep you from your greatest timeline. Distractions are there to keep you from being better. And once you realize that, you can close off the noise. You can turn it off. You can turn it down and read things that are lifting you, listened to music that is soothing you and uplifting you. So much negativity, so much influence, so much distraction, so much noise in this world, and it influences us. But we need to concentrate on good influences. What will influence us in the best way? What is going to influence us to achieve? What is going to influence us to be creative, to have vision, to move through our life with intention, with authority, with our own sovereignty, standing in our own power, having empathy for our fellow man, listening to our health, paying attention to how we feel, how things make us feel. Your body knows instantly how it feels about any situation, about any person. Listen to it. Resist this resistance card. Resistance of the noise, resistance of the beautiful divine being that you are. Don't resist that. Embrace that. Pour into that. Focus into that. Love yourself. Fill your own cup of your own heart. Fill your own heart, your own body, your own thoughts with the joy and love and attention that it's craving from you. Empathy for yourself. Caring for yourself. Loving on yourself. Eating properly. Putting down the alcohol. Not doing things destructive. Letting go of addictions. Standing in your own power. Listening to yourself. Truly listening to the influence around you. What you're allowing to influence you. Because your vision needs to be clear. Your vision needs to be absolutely 100% focused on you, on your faith, on your purity. And the resistance, pay attention to what you're resisting. Pay attention what the influence is. Don't resist yourself. Don't resist your soul's intentions. Don't resist your higher self. Listen to what you are allowing to influence you. Be your own authority. Stand in your own power. Trust your body. Trust your emotions. Trust your own intelligence. And focus it with empathy. Because we can all make mistakes. We can all choose the wrong things in our life. We all are subject to being human. That's what we are. We're here to learn. We're here to figure it out. Some of us figure it out sooner than others. Some of us take a lifetime to figure out the simplest thing. And we are here to learn those lessons. We aren't here to do anything else. To experience being human, to love, to fail, to rise, to be reborn. Let's see, the moon. We have the moon and the Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune again. It flipped. And the Page of Swords. I'll take them all. So we have the moon. And just like in this message, we place our intuition sometimes on the back burner and we don't listen to it. But you really do. You need to listen. You need to understand the influence that is around you, that you are receptive to all that influence. And you need to understand your vision and listen to your inner track so that you're standing in your own authority, so that you're listening to your own faith, believing in your magic with clarity, intention, empathy for yourself, empathy, and resisting listening to that negative ego talk, putting it down, and concentration of your influence and vision in the direction that you wish to move toward. It doesn't have to be under the moon. You can listen to yourself. You can understand your desires and moving forward with that intention. The Page of Swords is truth, clarity, and knowledge, and wishes. Understanding the direction you wish to move toward and moving toward it. The Four of Swords, that's like that moment of relief. It's like she's laying in the moon, right? She's trusting her intuition. She's listening to the truth. She's allowing life to flow. She's in that moment of this truth is happening with understanding, with love, with intention, but participating in it, because that is how we are meant to move through this life, with intention. Just getting a blessing here. All right. We've got let love transform. This is a beautiful card. Let love transform. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. Love's genius and generosity are not bound by the mind. All manner of miraculous grace works through love in endless creative variety. Your heart's yearning shall manifest itself. Do not attempt to predict how that can be. Why would we seek to limit love's creative genius? Instead, trust that it will be magnificent and kind. And we have Whirling Goddess. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of the needle. Certain thresholds can only be crossed with the heart. You are being asked to trust rather than understand, so that you may leave the past behind you and embrace the beauty of life's journey. You are ready. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this message, and I'll see you next time. If this resonated with you, I invite you to carry it forward. Subscribe, share, or simply breathe it in.